Men who are in relationships, what small considerate things did your so do that you will remember forever? I'm taking notes now, haha. One of the things that made me decide that I was going to marry my wife was incredibly small, but I loved it. One day I was in the garage working on my car and something wasn't going as I had planned. I don't remember what I was doing, but it was a struggle and I was getting frustrated. Like most guys who are frustrated while holding tools, I was banging shit and cursing and just generally being loud and obnoxious. Without a word she came out with a sandwich and handed it to me. She said that it sounded like I was having a rough time, that I've been out here for a while and she thought I would like a small snack break. Just the fact that she heard the frustration and tried to help the best way that she could made me realize she was thinking about me and wanted to try to make me happy even when we were apart doing our own thing. It was super small, but it meant the world to me at that moment. It calmed me down immediately and I was able to get the problem fixed almost immediately after. She calls me handsome like it's my name. Never really thought about how much I love it until I read this thread. She's just her TBH. The way she looks at me, rolls over to cuddle in the morning, asks me if I need anything when she goes in the kitchen or out to a store. Things like that. She's actually kind of perfect. Lol. Before we started dating, we got drunk one night and she made a presentation saying, 5 reasons you should date me, bitch. I eventually found myself falling in love with her. Slite. We had an appointment to induce the birth of our first daughter bright and early at 6 am. We park in the hospital garage. Very, very, very pregnant wife goes to get something out of the trunk. I figure it's our overnight bag. Nope. It was a Superman-themed gift bag with "Superdad" written on it. In it were puzzles, little games, a couple of books I'd been looking at the library, and multiple peanut butter Twix, my favorite candy. To have taken the time to take care of me at the hospital when she was about to go through the forthcoming ordeal. And it was, they finally gave up and did a C-section at 11:35 p.m. Did I mention we induced at 6 am? Is something I can never forget. Writes me love notes and leaves them on the counter for me to find. She still does this after being married many years. Back, head massage without asking. She is a singer and has a great voice, so sometimes she used to sing me into sleep or just read some tales until I was asleep. Don't know why, but that relaxed me a lot. Probably took me back to my childhood. It's always the small things that I enjoy the most. When she snuggles up to me, she is very comfortable to hold. Currently have my wife snuggled on me snoozing with my pup, a perfect way to spend a rainy Saturday afternoon. If someone said think of your happy place, this is it. I woke up one morning with her hand on my chest and head on my shoulder. She said she was having a hard time mentally and that I was her comfort. Honestly, I just felt warm waking up that way. I don't think she really thought much about it, but it made my whole month, and still makes me happy to think about it. She took care of me after knee surgery. We were only dating for a couple months, but she did everything for me. She wanted to help BC, she cared about me. Married with 2 kids 13 years later. My wife literally quit her job to help me recover from a full knee reconstruction. We had been in a rough patch and I wasn't sure we were going to last. We had 6 months together all day every day. She never once made me feel bad for not being able to walk or stand and did everything for my 2 kids and walked the dog. That 6 months together without one argument made me realize the toxicity that had plagued our relationship for almost 10 years was gone and that I was probably holding on to things I should have let go of. A year later, our marriage is by far the strongest it has ever been and I have never been so happy. TL. Doctor, I love my wife. I have a memory box of all these super cute love letters notes that my partner used to write me before work. She'd slip them into my laptop or whatever so I'd find them. She'd draw pictures of us or of animals doing silly things. She doesn't do it anymore, which is fine, but I'll keep them forever, smiley face. Edit. I have a whiteboard in my office and she often draws pictures of things on it. That's another good one. My so and I are both child sexual abuse survivors. I was abused by a dude and used to feel really uncomfortable with my masculinity. It was something I wasn't really aware of since it had been my whole life. Ever since coming to understand that about me, she has made sure to tell me how much she loves my masculinity. how manly she thinks I am, and how safe and good I make her feel, all the time, multiple times a week. For many years now. It's changed my entire life and perception of myself. I used to low-key despise men, and myself worst of all. Now I love being a man. It's my greatest pleasure in life that I can protect her and cherish her, and make someone who went through what she did as a kid feel safe and comfortable. It's still the best gift I've ever gotten. I had a mug from a church that I used to go to, and I have so many great memories of this place, and absolutely cherished this mug, and had it for years. I ended up dropping it when it was wet and I broke it, and was devastated, and quite down for a couple days. My girlfriend, unknown to me, took the mug, found a graphic designer to recreate the graphic on it, and then had it specially made for me, and presented it to me on my birthday. I was blown away. I think it's the most thoughtful thing anyone has ever done for me. Out of a toxic 10-year marriage. Started dating and this girl is just wonderful. She does tiny little things which I've never had before which genuinely make me emotional thinking about it. She talks to me, is interested in what I have to say, makes me a cup of tea, is affectionate and complimentary, seems happy to see me, accepts me for who I am. I reciprocate all of this to BTW. She just values me and makes me feel wanted. I've never had that before and it's just incredible. This was an ex I really think I took for granted. Didn't know what I had until it was gone. But actually listened to things I ramble on about. I'm a technical researcher and just know how to move around the internet. I'm very good at tracking down deals and discounts in convoluted ways. I'd casually explain little techniques not expecting anyone to listen, because no one does. But she did. Once booked a holiday for my birthday, everything first class. I thought she'd spend a fortune, but told me she did what I do and saved loads, actually felt guilty for not spending enough. My jaw dropped at that point. Since then, I haven't found anyone quite like that. This is dumb, but my GF likes doing my nails once a week for me and TBH I like it. She pushed back the skin on the nail or whatever and files the corners and is super gentle the whole time. IDK lol, it's super relaxing. Yeah, when you can see the cartilage at the second joint you've gone too far. Every once in a while if I'm out with my friends at a bar my so will Venmo a few buck with the caption, the next drink's on me. It's not really about the money, it's just such a cute thoughtful gesture and I love knowing that she wants me to go out there and have a great time even if she's not around. She's the best. We went hiking, found a cool river and saw a wild otter. She got so excited she turned around and said, "I love you," and jumped in my arms. This was before we said that to each other. I regret not saying it back at that moment, but we're happily still together. I saw her hold and snuggle her 1Y0 nephew until he fell asleep on her shoulder. That locked it in for me that he would become our nephew. She's a morning person, me not so much. I once told her about how I left a dog treat right next to my dog's nose when she was sleeping to see how long it would take her to notice. Since then my girlfriend often makes me a cup of coffee, and hovers it next to my nose so the fumes get to my brain. God damn, that shit shoots me awake so fast. She truly pays attention to our conversations, more than anyone else has. It's amazing how much an impact it has in understanding each other. She remembers everything to such a degree, she can almost read my mind.